Daniel Cormier says he heard that Shavkat fought injured over the weekend. He heard that he may have tore his MCL. Shavkat will take on Belal Muhammad next for the welterweight title, but the severity of Shavkat's injury could delay it. Opening odds have Shavkat as a minus 160 favorite over Belal Muhammad. Some people now betting on Belal after seeing Shavkat fight this weekend against Ian Gary, and it was a really close fight. But if he did fight with a big injury, maybe that impacted things. But you got to give credit to Ian Gary. It was a close fight. He fought well, and he won 2 out of the 5 rounds. Every judge had it 48-47, and every judge scored every round the same way, which is a little surprising because there's usually at least one judge who's way out there. Shavkat took rounds 1, 2, and 4 on their scorecards, and Ian Gary took rounds 3 and 5. Worst decision of the year for verdict was Volkov losing to Gane. Heavyweight division again in shambles. This was maybe going to be a title eliminator fight if John Jones doesn't fight Aspinall, but now Gane won the fight. But he shouldn't have won the fight. Gane says he injured his toe in the first round and his metatarsal, so he had no left foot after that. Cyril Gane says, thanks very much for the support, and the injury at the beginning of the fight changed how the fight went. We wanted something else, but nevertheless happy to bring back the victory. Pantoja called out Demetrius Johnson, but Demetrius Johnson says he's retired. I'm not the best flyweight in the world anymore. I'm happily retired. He says he has nothing left to prove, and he's right. Winning that belt isn't going to prove anything. He won the belt and defended it more than anybody in the history of the UFC 11 times, and he has nothing left to prove. The UFC should invite him to the February 22nd show in Seattle since he's from the area and announced that he's going to be inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame because he should be. Kevin Holland tells people to get your tickets now for that event. Me and Wonderboy rematch is on this card. Holland is fighting De Ridder January 18th. I guess he's hoping to fight 1 month after in Seattle against Wonderboy.
And say they don't, obviously Demetrius Johnson might not be able to come to the UFC. Are you looking for new, fresh matchups? Or, you know, like Kai Car-France has been calling for another fight against you. We have Charles Johnson, who's fighting quite a bit. Tagir Ulanbek. Charles Johnson, he's ranked.
No, I'm sorry, brother.
Okay. He's been a very active. I think he had like four or five fights this year as a flyweight.
It ended exactly the way I thought it would. You don't bring somebody in that ain't fought in this promotion. These are the best fighters in the world. They need to be tested in here first. It's a large task for him. Not to say he's not skilled enough. It's just a lot you got to do to beat the best in the world in Pantoja. He's an amazing fighter.
Pantoja also hints at moving to bantamweight, saying he'll wait for Merab versus Umar maybe. There really isn't a lot of fresh and new compelling matchups for Pantoja, which is why Asakura got a title shot in his promotional debut. Doo Ho Choi called up Bryce Mitchell after his win over Nate Landwehr, and Bryce Mitchell accepts after his win over Crone Gracie. Doo Ho Choi calls him out with a picture of a non-flat earth and asks if he wants to fight in April or May.
Platform to say anything I want to say. All these other professional sports are all rigged. Every damn one of them. The NFL's rigged. The NBA is rigged. The MLB is rigged. It's all bullshit. Then they get told what they can and can't say. You know, this is the only sport that's fair, and this is the only sport where the athletes get to say whatever they want.
Rob Swanson was happy to see Doo Ho Choi pick up the victory over the weekend. Because of each other, they're UFC Hall of Famers. Cobb had a victory over half the featherweights on the main card because he beat Doo Ho Choi and Crone Gracie. Cobb fights Saturday against Billy Quarantillo in Tampa. That's the last event of this year. Then the UFC takes 3 weekends off and returns January 11th for a fight night, and then January 18th the following weekend for UFC 311. Regarding Crone Gracie pulling guard and then getting elbowed unconscious, Cesar Gracie says, never a good idea to pull guard in MMA like that. Never. Vicente Luque has had Temba Gorimbo as a cell phone lock screen since he signed the contract. He choked him out in the first round over the weekend. Gorimbo has a sense of humor about it. Damn, my ugly face. Man was on a mission. All good, Luque. Bless.
One of the craziest things that happened in my career was yesterday, man. Woke up from a little dreamland, open my eyes, see a black guy and a white guy. I'm like, damn, where am I? I was like, the fight is over, Timber. The black guy said. The white guy's like, stay down. I guess he was the doctor. I'm like, hold up, let me up. Where am I? I'm like, oh, coach, is the fight done? Damn. Yeah, man. One of the craziest moments of my career. It's funny what happened. It happens, man. Luke caught me with a good one. That was so cool, man. Still in dreamland right now. I'm like, damn, can we just go back 2 days back and then we'll fight again? That's the wish of a fighter. Spend my whole day in the room today. I'll be fine. But yeah, bro. Sucks sometimes.
Luke won a performance bonus, as did Pantoja, as well as Chase Hooper and Kennedy and Zechiku. Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Carlston Harris, January 11th. Card headlined by Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Hebas, Part 2. Jamal Hill at the Clippers game at the Intuit Dome, where he will be fighting next month, Jan 18th, in LA, UFC 311 against Prochazka. Former UFC lightweight champion Jamal Hill. Chase Hooper credits Mikey Musumeci for the armbar victory over Clay Guida. He taught him some setups to get that done. I may have butchered the technique a bit, but the spirit was still there. Contender Series winner Andre Pulev makes his UFC debut against Christian Leroy Duncan March 22nd in London. Only other fight on the card so far is Shauna Bannon versus Pooja Tomar. Octagon MMA champion Hatif Moel threw his belt towards his opponent but accidentally hit the promoter in the head, cutting him and injuring him. So on the afternoon of fight day, we informed Hatif Moel's management that he'd be penalized for yesterday's incident. Hatif decided on his own not to participate in the match based on this. We'll provide updates on consequences in upcoming days. This side of the story is our press conference got over 2 million views in a short time, which benefited Octagon MMA, not me. Just hours before the fight, they told me they wanted to give me a penalty for the press conference incident, which led to the fight being canceled. Just over a month ago, the same fighter accidentally hit the same promoter in the face during a stare down. At Fame 23, a fighter missed weight, so they let his opponent's 60-year-old dad fight in a 2 versus 1 fight to even up the fight, and the dad scored a rear naked choke.
I don't feel like I lost. Does that make sense? My hand may not have got raised today, but my energy did not lose. For me, it's constant growth and evolution.
Thanks to channel members. If you want to support the channel, you can become a channel member. And until next time, thanks for watching.